everybody, and today I have a Halloween package from SpeedCubeShop. So I ordered this just, I think, before Halloween. It finally came after 2 weeks. It came in a black packaging, which is the first time for me. I've never gotten a different color packaging other than yellow or white. So I guess this is something new. To be quite honest, I kind of forgot what I ordered because this was so long ago. So let me take all the cubes now. Okay, I remember this now. This is the new Spooky Cube. You have the YJ MGC 2x2, the Chi Jelly Cube, and this is, oh right, the Yushin Treasure Box, which I was pretty excited in getting, and these are order notes, which I got a few stickers along with that, but let's get that aside for now. So this is the new Spooky Cube that they came out this year. Here, this is the one that I got from last year. This one I think is a Yushin Fire, and they somehow made it with a softer plastic, and it is pretty noticeable. After setting it up, it feels pretty good, but still, it is a low-end Speed Cube, so you can only make it good to a certain degree. So I'm excited to see how this performs, and maybe they made it out of a different cube this time. So out of the box, of course, is really stiff. I think the stickers on here actually glow in the dark. They decided to go with like a ghost-shaped white side, which is pretty cool. Last year they made a ghost logo, which was also as cool. But I think that they changed the color scheme up this year. Feeling it, it's really stiff out of the box. Of course, it requires setup. I did hear about the new Vortex lubes and stuff, but honestly, I have way too much lubricants right now, and I don't want to kind of spoil myself, so I want to use them all before I move on to buying new lubricants, so I didn't buy any on there. So yeah, really stiff. Looking at the mechanism, comparing it to this, I think it's still a Yushin Fire, actually. Yeah. So yeah, I don't think they made a new cube, made this out of a new cube, which is actually kind of disappointing. I expected them, maybe, I would have liked it better if they made a new Spooky Cube out of a more high quality 3x3. But for a non-WCA puzzle, something that you're not going to really solve with, this is pretty cool, I guess, and especially the glow in the dark. So now I'm going to move on to the Chi, I think this is, wait, no, this is a Chi Warrior W, right? And it's in its jelly form. Comes in a pretty nice rose box, no, pink, I'm not sure. So here, it's semi-transparent, which is, it gives off a pretty cool effect, and the red side's replaced with pink. I mostly got this because I'd never had a Warrior before, and I might as well got in a jelly cube, so I got this, and wow, this turns great. This might prompt me to buy an actual Chi Warrior W. This is my first stickless cube in a while, actually. I usually don't like stickless cubes. Wow, I can describe the turning on here as, I don't know, it reminds me a bit of the Weilong, except a bit more stabler. It's kind of crunchy, fast, and smooth. I don't know, I like these type of cubes, actually. I think this is going to be a really nice non-WCA puzzle. And, of course, you can see what it looks like in checkerboard. It has a bit of a swishy feeling to it right now. And it feels pre-lubricated, which is pretty good. Yeah, this is it in a checkerboard pattern, which is pretty cool. Let's move on to our next puzzle, which is the Yushin Treasure Box. Now, I've always wanted to have an Oscar's Treasure Box, but it was too expensive, and I never bothered buying it. So, and then this came out, so I was happy to see that. First impressions, this is bigger than a normal 3x3. Quite a lot bigger, actually, but I guess you have to make it bigger in order for it to work. Let me open this packaging here. So I decided to get this in black, as I said, because I'm not a really stickless fan. This is really greasy on the outside. It's like those early Sheng-Shou puzzles, but I guess you won't have to really worry about lubricating. moving on to first turns. Wow, this is a pretty decent big cube. It's smooth and swishy. Kind of reminds me of those cheap, like really good cheese sales, something like that. I think this also has corner cutting. Yeah, let's check. Yeah, for a treasure cube with corner cutting, that's pretty impressive. Wow, you can almost cut up to 45. Okay, yeah. I think this is how you open it. You press this down, and then you can unscrew this, and then you can fit something inside, which is pretty cool. Wow. Oops. Okay, so I think this is based off of like a ball mechanism. I'm not sure how this works. Maybe I'll analyze that later, but it's a really cool kind of puzzle. How do you pop this out? Okay, so I screwed it back on, and I don't know how to get this to pop back up. I don't know, honestly, I'm not going to bother with that right now. But let's move on to our last puzzle, which is the YJ MGC 2x2. I heard some pretty good things about this cube. Of course, it comes in this fancy box, very similar to the MGC 3x3. Comes with extra springs, magnets, and washers, which is pretty decent. YJ pamphlet. And then you got like a foam kind of like casing here, so you won't really damage your cube, which is pretty decent. And let's get on to the cube itself. It has half brights, the normal cheese shades, and of course I'm liking where cheese going in that direction, where they give high quality stickers right out of the box. That way you won't have to like always replace them. Okay, so this took me way too long to open. Out of the box, it feels very similar to a Sanhuan Zhanglang, just kind of like the overall shape of it. It feels a bit smaller than a regular 2x2. And, okay, yeah, let me check corner cutting on this. So yeah, corner cutting is kind of mediocre, I guess. It's kind of at that 2x2 level. What I would say about this though is basically a Sanhuan Zhanglang, but stronger magnets. Like a more noticeable click. That's literally how I would describe this. This feels extremely similar, maybe a bit more crunchy than the Zhanglang, but both cubes are pretty similar in terms of feeling. This does come pretty fast out of the box. It is pre-lubricated. But yeah, let me do a solve on this. I haven't done a solve in quite a while. Okay, let's see. Right. Okay. It was a pretty bad solve, but it's good enough for me. So, yeah, overall, I think one of the best budget 2x2s I've tried. I forgot the price of this, but I think it was pretty cheap. So, if you're kind of at that intermediate level or beginner level and you want a really good 2x2, I would definitely recommend this. This is a pretty stable puzzle, really nice, and a good cube to get your times up. So anyways guys, that was it for this unboxing. Hopefully you enjoyed. Leave a like if you did, and I will see you guys all in my next video. Leave any recommendations on maybe what I should do next, right?